Hello, viewers. Depending on your time zone, from where you're watching this, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and possibly good night. Mankitanin is my name. I'm a solicitor and advocate as well as Notary Public of the Supreme Court of Nigeria. I live in the city of Port Harcourt, the capital of the now politically troubled River State. I want to do a sharp focus on what is happening in River State. And I want to address my professional colleague in the person of the former governor of River State and those who are supporting him. I listened to the outburst on television interview yesterday, squaring the crisis in River State on the present governor, that he is not respecting the rule of law, that is the root of the crisis, that is you obey rule of law. I listened very carefully. I have had occasion to watch several of your past videos, which point very clearly to me that juxtaposing all these together, I insist that you are a huge disgrace to the legal profession. I now understand where the frustrating thought hanging around my mental space, whereof I have indicated my readiness as a mark of protest to openly burn my wig and gown as to what is happening here in Nigeria. I now understand why people call that lawyers should be killed. I now understand why Jesus, out of frustration, though he recognized the cardinal role of lawyers by our training and exposure, that we hold the key to knowledge, he placed a curse on us. It's because of the attitude and behavior of lawyers like you. I'm talking about the FCT minister and no other. Your behavior has forced me to do a sharp inquiry into the position of a life bencher, which I learned was conferred on you during your tenure as governor of River State. I tried to find out what the body of benchers is all about. And the available information I have is that the Nigerian body of benchers is a professional body concerned with the admission of successful candidates at the Nigerian Law School bar final examination into the legal profession in Nigeria. Members of this body are called benchers, and the body regulates also the call of graduate of law to the Nigerian bar, as well as the regulation of the legal profession in Nigeria. You being a life bencher, it means that you are to serve on that body for life. And a life bencher serves on the body of benchers for life. And such a person is a person of, of highest legal distinction. And if you know what that means, it touches on character and learning. That's what we are taught in the law school. Both in character and in learning. And one of the things I stumbled upon is that the body of benchers is tasked with the enormous duty or responsibility of being the conscience, the arbiter, the judge, and interlocutor for the legal profession and administration of the justice system in the country. This is the position that is conferred on you, and I ask, who are those that confer this position on you, and what did they consider to confer this on you. And I'm challenging the legal profession in Nigeria. We need to rise up in the light of emerging facts and the behavior you are putting on. I thought that you were going to calm down. I've been here. By the 7th of this month, I turned 53. I've been here. And I watched the 8 years you reigned in Rivers State as an emperor. You raised a political terrorist group called GDI. Most of us did not know where you were going to until the body started manifesting. That was the body that threatened this present governor of Rivers State, that they are going to come after him and his followers. I mean, the executive governor of Rivers State in the person of Fubara. The records are there. All under the guise of your protection and protection of Tinubu. I don't know where their audacity is coming from. I was in this state. And let me say this. Let me place it on record. That the greatest miracle that God did for Rivers people is the dismantling of your plan and agenda to take Rivers State hostage. In fact, if your plan had come to, reality, what Tinubu did to Lagos would have been a child's play with what is happening now. I give it to Fubara, and I say, wherever the source of that wisdom is coming from, may it continue. I rejected that constitutional coup which you organized with Tinubu called 8-point agenda. I said you should reject it. I now understand clearly from the words of your mouth that if the governor had made any mistake by following my advice, Supreme Court would have removed him from office. Because after Supreme Court validated his position, you came after Odiri and the wife, calling them one man, one woman, calling them legal consultant, so-called legal consultant, and all whatnot. How did you become a live bencher? The body of benchers, of course, I know that the judiciary is already captured. But we can salvage our image. Just like what was happening about the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, all the rubbish they were using Binta Nyako. She was just looking for an opportunity. And the last time Mazi Nnamdi Kanu appeared in court, she found that opportunity. And she threw the file off. Of course, the file cannot be reassigned to her. What is going on here? So is that the reason why you rig the vote for Obi in Rivers State for Tinubu? Is that compatible with your status as a live bencher? People who are seized with the administration of justice, guiding conscience of the administration of justice in Nigeria, then we are in a hopeless situation. You are openly justifying. You rigged the election. People voted for Peter Obi in this state. You rigged it. You went to you rigged it. You boldly. You said you don't have any regrets. I was in this state. Under Amechi, what launched Rivers State to global limelight was education. And the flagship project was the model secondary school. The one that was functional then was in Ebubu, in Eleme local government. Manned by Indians, that school was running at the best international level. And that was part of what launched Rivers State to that global limelight. As you came in, you shut down that school, chase away the Indians. That land was a state land. To drive home your wickedness, you gave that land to the Navy. And I want the Rivers State government to proceed and ask the Navy to vacate that place. That school must be restored. Indians must be brought back to manage that school. Then you send your own son to Exeter University to go and read law in London. The foreign scholarship that was in Rivers State helping some of the people here, you shut it down. You went to the same Ogoni and shut down the Songhai farm. You cajoled the Ogonis and asked them, are they monkeys? And you instigated people, they burned down the plantain farm in Sogo. You went to Puma, closed down the fish farm there. You went to Andoni, did the same thing. The syringe company never saw the light of the day under your administration. What was set, it was about, to take about 2,000 workers or thereabout. Set for commissioning. It went down. What manner of person are you? Are you the person that the hope of the legal profession is anchored on? Then we're in a hopeless situation. Your roles are there, the injunction, what you use the court to do. Even Father Dagogo, who wanted to pick a form to be for governorship position, what we were using the court here to do, arraign people in court, order that they should, adjourn for pay consideration. We saw all the things the game you were playing with the judiciary. And you had your motor shows and the Lufu and the rest of them that you are using. I have insisted that the legal profession in Nigeria has been destroyed by a person like you. What did you live in government house? That you are insisting. The evidence are there. We know what GDI was doing in this state, and these are the remnant of GDI. Even in Wobiapo here, we learned that even after police left, all the dirty role they are playing there, your faithfuls say they are enforcing court judgment. You can turn around and say anything you want to say. The hard facts cannot be dismissed. Professor David Hu says every lawyer of experience knows that in every case there is the plaintiff's truth, there is the defendant's truth, there is the witness's truth, there is the judge's truth, and there is another truth which is only known to God. That's it. We had all that you have used your mouth to say. Against Godfatherism and the rest of them. What are you doing here? Do you really understand what you are being used for? This is a state that has capacity to grow and compete with Lagos. You did nothing here. Human capacity development was zero under your 8 years of reign as an emperor in this state. You use GDI to chase perceived political enemy, revoke CFO to the point that CFO from Rivers State was virtually useless as security for any transaction. What manner of person are you? Live bencher? I'm raising the question, how did you become a live bencher? If what I read is what a live bencher, that's the body you belong to. How? The world is watching at Tinubu. It is so obvious what you are doing, what your faithfuls are doing. So you are now justifying the burning of the secretariat that it is because the present governor refused to obey court order. God gave judgment against you, people who are working in the model secondary school and the rest of them, the teachers. You ignore most of those people, even Rivers State University, teachers, lecturers. You behave like an emperor. It is Fubara that is paying most of those people to sort them out. What kind of person are you? And people like Adango, Aaron Godwins, and the rest of them, Osiji Okocha, and the rest of them are backing you. We'll see the end of it. Let's watch and see. We are watching. As many that are watching you, their language, everything about them, even their criminal silence, are pointing irrevocably. I am against this nonsense you are doing. As far as I'm concerned, you are a disgrace to the legal profession. What the hell? I think the body of benchers in Nigeria should rise up. Even though you're a live bencher, they can remove you. In London, judges, not the political appointment you are doing here, not the nonsense you are doing here. Judges, mere watching pornography, they were removed from office. They were told that their act of watching pornography is not compatible with their status as per societal expectation on their part. I insist that what you are doing presently under the guise of obey. So you are the judge in your own case. You set the template because you are a live bencher or what? Now, this is a joke. This is a joke. And let me fire a warning shot to Ogoni politicians. You people should be very, very careful about the lion you people are climbing the back under the guise of 2027. I attended Kurukuru Community Comprehensive Secondary School. The man who was there that took that community hostage. Kolokolo would have been a place that tourists would have come to check that city, that small city. But somebody who, reign as an emperor there. To no man is life given in free will. We are all tenants. All the carnage that is happening is on your head. I hope this will make a meaning to you. I wonder how your children will feel in the light of what you are doing. Because you are sowing for them. And they will reap. Thank you so very much for your attention.